everybody, this is Adrienne with Ascension Soul Coaching, and so today is January the 19th, 2021. So this is the day before the inauguration of Biden and Harris, and we are excited about that. We need to move on to the next level, the next stage of this country. So now we're at this peaceful transition of power. We didn't have that before. The only issue is we have 25,000 National Guards guarding the Capitol, the DC Capitol, the other military and police guards across the nation, the other 50 states that have been activated for this inauguration because of what happened on January the 6th, which was the insurrection. So today I'm going to read on how tomorrow's going to be. I'm hopeful that it's going to be peaceful. It feels like right now, the past few days, it's been very peaceful. Just a couple of little skirmishes here and there. Nothing really major to talk about. Everything was shut down pretty quick. So tomorrow's going to be the big day. It's going to be all virtual, all on television. I'm sure they may stand outside on the Capitol because that's just been a tradition. But the only people going to be around is prior presidents and other senators and Republicans that have been vetted, a lot of military and a lot of Secret Service and media. I believe that's what I believe, that's how they're going to do it based on what I've been hearing. And so I want to go on with the reading, and I want to just read and see how is the inauguration going to, what's the mood of the inauguration tomorrow, the whole day, So we're going to start the reading. So I'm going to use my Kipper cards, and we're going to read and see what's happening. So let me pull the camera down so you can get a good view. Okay, so here are the cards. And so we're going to read, for tomorrow's, which is the 20th of January 20th, 2021, the Biden inauguration. Please tell me the mood and the feeling. There's too many cards. I'm going to pull out 3 cards of the inauguration for tomorrow, which is the 20th. And I'm going to pull out 3 cards. Just 3 cards. So we got 1, we got 2, and 1 more. 1 more card. And it fell out. All right, so we're going to turn them over. We got despair. So despair is right side up to me. Toil and labor is reversed. And 20, which is the house, which is right side up. Okay, so with despair, this is right side up. So so I'm going to read this as past, present, future. Okay, so in the past, there's been a lot of despair, people out of work. I don't know if you can see this. Not hiring. So a lot of people lost a job in 2020, and some people are still losing a job in 2021. So a lot of despair, people kicked out of their homes, or maybe because we have the moratorium in the U.S. where you technically cannot kick people out, and the bill that it's the CARES Act that was covering that ran out December 31st, I believe. But then the Congress at the beginning of the year have extended that. So there's still people concerned about their homes, about their rent. People who are renters, leaseors, are worried about not getting paid for that. So you got a lot of people who are in turmoil right now. This 2021 was horrible. And so there's a lot of despair, a lot of upset people, a lot of people crying. This is in the past. And right now, again, of course, yeah. So we have the toil and labor card, which was reversed. So here, people are working hard, a lot of hours. They're just minding to their work, just hours after hours after hours. It's good to have employment, but these people are really working really hard, right? It's all about the labor. But it's reversed. Again, no one's working. No one's working. Here you have the unemployment card, people in despair, no money, kicked out of their homes, or possibility to be kicked out of their homes or apartment. And then here you have people not working, of course, again. But the other thing this could signify is, if you could look at this century it's in, you have the automation. So a lot of things are going to go to AI. I think that people are going to be out of work because of the virus, right? But they're also because of the V, I should say. And then it's going to continue, but this time the reason it's going to be now because automation coming in. This is the present. So they're, the Great Reset, they're ushering in automated jobs, more technical jobs, more robot jobs. So people in the service industry are going to lose out a lot. A lot of things are going to be consolidated because they're going to bring in AI that could do the work of many people, and they'll just bring in the machines to do the work. So people are going to continue to lose their job. This is the beginning of the year. They're implementing the Great Reset for work to be more automated, positions to be more automated. So you had the Industrial Revolution in the 1900s, this turn of the century. So now this is the fourth revolution. They're saying it's technology, heavily technology. So a lot of more people are going to lose their job, right? Because to technology. This was because of the virus and what's happened in 2020. This year, 2021, is going to be more AI. It's a continuation of loss of job. But for the inauguration, I was asking about the inauguration. So this is what the new administration is going to implement or push under their administration while Biden's in the White House. So he's going to get the White House. We already know that it's very peaceful. So tomorrow is going to be a very peaceful day, nice and sunny with a couple of clouds, but it's going to be a nice day. He's going to take over the White House. But it's going to be, when he takes over the House tomorrow, there's going to be no real crowds. There's going to be no people around him. It's going to all be virtual. Again, virtual comes from this AI. Everybody wants to be at home, telework. They're going to want everybody to be at home, teleworking, getting used to work from home because of the new technologies that's being ushered in. And that begins with a virtual inauguration. Right? Oh, that's how it all fits together. Virtual inauguration. And I want you to look at this over here. I said the sun. These are your satellites. See a moon. This is a moon. You can see this. Oh, let me see if I can. This is a moon. I don't know if you can see it. It's not the sun per se. And the moon is called a satellite. If you know anything about solar history, your solar science or social science. That's a moon, which is a satellite. A satellite, which is the ushering in of the new technology of 5G and all the towers around the house. So you don't have to live outside anymore for the most part. Everything is going to be virtual on the inside, starting with the presidential inauguration. And we saw a lot of that in 2020 when television shows were, they were still going, but the audiences were virtual. You had this host and you had all these televisions around her of the actual guest or the audience. And it's going to be the same with this. So they're ushering in, starting with Biden, the start of the technology world. So I'm going to how is it going to be tomorrow. And Spirit just told me that it's more than just going to be peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's going to be virtual. That's why it's going to be peaceful. And all of these steps lead up to this virtual world. It's going to be a virtual world. This is where they're leading up to, a virtual world. And it didn't start with just Biden, so people can stop me saying it's just Biden and a lot of liberals. This is the elite program that's been ushered in. This has been a long time in planning. Lose jobs, turn it over to AI, become a virtual world. Lose your job because of a virus. They can usher in technology, and then the whole world becomes virtual. Okay? Most of the world. Most of the world. So you got your essential workers. All right, so that's that for tomorrow. This is again the ushering of the new Great Reset, starting with Biden. So now I'm going to read on Trump. So as this is starting tomorrow, as the inauguration is going on, and I'm reading from my favorite, Tinker's Damn Tarot. So they're saying Trump's supposed to pardon over 100 people tomorrow, and it could include himself, his family members, anybody he chooses to pardon. I want to know how that's going to go. Is Trump going to pardon himself? And then I'm going to read if he's going to pardon his family members. So that's how am I going to read this? Let's try this out. I'm going to start with these, and I'm going to probably go into some of the cards, because this is a big one. All right, this is what everybody's waiting to see tomorrow. So I'm going to pull out 5 cards. All right, so we're gonna read on how the pardon's gonna go tomorrow as far as from himself and his family members. I'm not really concerned about other criminals and people he worked with, just himself and his family. So I'm gonna pull out 5 cards, and it's gotta come out one by one. That's why you're seeing me put them back in. There's 1, 5 cards. Some people pull their cards out before, or they do the shuffling before. This works best for me. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 cards. This is how they look to me. Now, reversed, upright, reversed, upright, upright. Okay, here we go. First card, 7 of Airs, reversed. There you go. So, 7 strategies, has a lot of choices. Time is of the essence. Time is, okay, so this is it. It's right side up. It's the eagle who's wise, right? Dealing with time. So he's not gonna be wise in how he's using his time and who he's gonna select. Let's see, what's this number? So I said he has to make his determination tomorrow by 11:59 who he's gonna pardon, because at 12 o'clock tomorrow it turns over to I don't know if it's 12 o'clock or 12:01, but I think it's 12 o'clock on the nose. It turns over to Biden automatically. And this says, let's see, 6, 7. So like 5 minutes after 7, he'll release who he's going to pardon. So he's cutting it to the wire. He's already determined who he wants to pardon. He's already has his list written. He's waiting till the very last minute to give it out. And I don't think that's a wise thing, but it's going to be by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning we'll know who he's pardoning, or the list of people he wants to pardon will be released. Now the issue with pardoning anybody, with him, the Constitution said if you've been impeached, you can't pardon yourself. It says except for impeachment, right? So he can pardon a lot of people. Another issue is, can he do a preemptive pardon on people who have not been guilty or indicted of crimes, like say his kids have not. So there's a lot of things going on that he's probably going to bring up, and maybe too late to usher out. But anyway, at the end of the day, we're going to hear that time was running out, or he waited to the very last minute to get out to put out his list because he wanted the anticipation. And it isn't wise, because it's gonna, what he's trying to do. What I'm seeing that he's trying to do is he's going to try to rain on Biden's parade tomorrow by causing a disruption. So you got the Courier of Fire, which is like the Page of Fire. Something new, someone who's trying to create and manifest something. Trump is from New York, right? So here's this big city right here, and DC kind of looks like that, but it's more of a New York looking city, right? He's gonna the other thing is New York is coming after him. Yeah, New York, that's Southern District of New York has where his organization was, the Trump organization. As soon as 12 o'clock hits tomorrow, they're going to try to arrest him, or they're going to put out an indictment or arrest warrant or something for him. They're going after him. They're going to light his world on fire. That's how I see it, y'all. Okay, 4 of Water is reverse. So, let's look at this card right side up. Half a brain is here. It's like a half a brain. 4 of Water. Hesitation, split decision, split mind, waiting, hesitating a little bit. There's some hesitation on something. So there's a split decision about how to move forward on something tomorrow. This is with Trump, what's happening with Trump. But see, it kind of like goes with this, there's the wisdom, like you're not being logical, you're not being smart about something. This is about wasting time, and this is about, I think a lot of this is he knows that New York is coming after him, the prosecutors, for his organization. But he thinks because he's president, they can't touch him. Even at that point, they can't touch him. So it's like he's like, why they may try to indict me, but they can't touch me. I'm not sure. There's something going on here with a split decision, or he's here logically thinking it's like an empty head, like you're not really thinking this through all the way, kind of sort of thing. Whatever his decisions are, they're not being thought through very well. He needs to pause and reflect on them first. For whatever he's trying to do, it's just half baked, half thought out. That's why it's reversed. And then you got evolution. So you know he's coming out of the White House. Let's look at this closely. This is so he and Milan. So now remember, this is also about him and his children. So he's gonna try. Okay, he's gonna try to guard Ivanka, his daughter, and Jared. Whatever he's gonna do, he's gonna try to guard over Ivanka and his son-in-law, Jared. He wants them to get out of the situation and escape free. So he's going to make some decisions, some compromises that's going to help them. He doesn't want them to be caught up in anything. And then we have the three of Earth. There's 3 of Rods. So let's read this. So he's really pondering this. This world's about to blow up. This is the city. This is DC. This is New York. 2 cities about to explode. Where should he be best? They're both in front of him and behind him. He has a whole lot of thinking to do in just a short period of time. And he's trying to figure out how to escape this disaster. His world being turned upside down, blowing up in his face, and try to play this game. He's good at real estate, he thinks. So he's thinking, there's something, I'm a master. I can figure this out. I can do this. But you got the sun or the world back here blazing behind him, and this is the world. So he's trying to figure out how to map his way through this. So tomorrow's a lot of strategy going on tomorrow. It's a lot of strategy going on tomorrow before noon with Trump. But this card really worries me, because if you go back to what I said to you about Biden, see this world, this could be climate control issues. He knows what's about to happen to the world. He's on inside track of some things that he knows about. Maybe he's wondering if he should tell people. He should not tell people. Let them burn. I don't care. Let them burn. Like, what's that one? I saw a light at the end of the tunnel, and it was a train. I wouldn't tell you. Like, he's trying to figure out, well, should I tell people about what's about to happen to the earth? Would I tell you about the civilization, what these certain people are planning for them? Because as I told you before, virtual reality is coming. Technology is coming. And he knows a lot of what's happening. I don't think he knows everything. I think he knows enough to hurt people. If he told people what he really knew, a lot of people would go crazy, and it would be worse than you saw on the 6th. I really think I know Trump knows a lot, and he's contemplating about whether he should tell people what's going to happen to civilization. He's thinking, I'm glad I'm not part of it anymore. Either he could be thinking, I tried to stop this, what's about to happen. I don't know. But he sees and knows there's something that's about to take place that's going to impact civilization on this earth. So it has to do with cities. It has to do with the world. It has to do with destruction or climate control, but a lot of changes. And if this is so gold, this is not this gold. It's gold. It's not luxury and wealth. This gold is emanating and reflecting off of this orange moon, again, satellites. Here we go back. I tell you how this stuff just makes sense to me. I don't know why it doesn't make sense. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it makes sense to me when I'm reading it. Remember I told you before? This is a moon, which is a satellite when you think about earth science, whatever, right? When you study astronomy and all that stuff. Moon is always indicated as a satellite that revolves around the earth, right? Or a planet. And then we have this big moon, this big thing behind us. People, you could say, oh, well, maybe it's just over here. Climate change. Maybe it's satellites that's going to be looking over every city all across the world. That's going to be controlling us with apps. Remember, everybody lost a job, so they can usher in technology, and everything now will be virtual. And in order to be virtual, you gotta have satellites. And that's showing up again in this picture with Trump. I don't think Trump is the cause of everything. I think Trump knows a lot. He ushered in a lot of things. He rolls out a lot of executive orders that's going to usher in what's about to happen to all of us. I believe Biden's going to continue on with that. We all need to be prepared, and we all need to take our heads out of the sand and start reading up on the Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset, because it's about to happen. If you don't see the military in the streets, you don't see people being locked up in their homes, you don't see people being told they have to take a vaccination that they don't want, put an app on their phone so it can be tracked. I don't know what else to say to you. And look at the new laws that's been written in your area that they're not even promoting, that they're not even talking about, that you go look them up. For us in the United States, US Gov, Congress.gov, you'll see the new laws they got on the books. And so tomorrow, there's this part that's going to go after Trump for all the laws they felt he broke. They're going to indict him. And maybe, possibility, because he knows so much, he can't negotiate deals to help prevent Ivanka and Jared from being indicted for anything, or any of his kids. And maybe that's why it's going to be like a split decision about what they need to do with him, because he knows so much about who's behind a lot of this stuff. Whether he participated or not, at this point, he doesn't care. He's been impeached twice. He's out of office, so he doesn't care anymore. He has a lot of information and leverage that he could possibly put out there. So there's going to be some negotiations going on there, I truly believe. But New York's still going to go after him. New York. See this? New York. They're going to go after him. They don't have any restraints on them. It's just the federal side he's worried about. He's more worried about the federal side right now, and that's where Ivanka can get in more trouble. Here and in New York, but he's going to do everything he can to protect her. This is what's going to. So negotiations are going on tonight and into tomorrow morning. That's what's happening with this hitting the wire, negotiation and strategy. But I think Trump is his ego is so big, he's going to push it, and he wants it to not be resolved until tomorrow, because he wants it some kind of way, just for his ego, to impact Joe's day. I think that the inauguration tomorrow, I think that's probably why. But something's going to be negotiated, and we shall see tomorrow. But this is my reading today. Okay, thank you all for tuning in today. So I didn't want to get too political, but I got a little political. But look, this is what Spirit is telling me I need to put out there. This is my responsibility. If it tells me to say something, I need to say it. So it's time to get our heads out of the sand, to know that there's more and more lockdowns coming. If you're going to take the jab, as they call it, that's up to you. Just do your research, because there could be something behind why they want you to get a jab, why they're pushing it so hard, why they're making you get a trace app. Think about those things. If you are in the service industry, definitely look at what you could do to maybe, in the next couple of months or a year, train yourself to do something totally different that makes more money, that's more online. If you still want to do service work, there's things, or consulting or something else like that, or creating your own products and sell them online, you might want to start doing that. But this world is going to change. And there's a lot of people who know about what's about to happen. They're not free with the information, but the information is out there for you to research. Agenda 2030 and the Great Reset. Please read about it. Please open up your eyes and tell your children and your family about it. Help as many people you can to at least understand what it is that's about to happen. All of it's not bad, and all of it's not good. Digital currency, protecting your assets, protecting your food and water, your supplies, your medical supplies, your herbal supplies. When I say herbal supplies, anything that can help you in your immune system and your health that's natural. Get more water, doing those things right now. Start saving and accumulating those things in your home right now. And understanding in the next couple of years, you'll see as it unfolds as things unfold, what's about to happen. But we also need to be more mindful of our fellow man. We are social creatures, so to tell us we can't go out and talk to people, hug people, be around people is totally unnatural. It's like keeping a dog in a cage all day long. You can't do that. And so I will hopefully that we all see that, yes, there's some good things to teleworking and working from home and staying safe, but we have to have time to socialize. And I hope the world and citizens get together to persuade your congressmen, your prime ministers, your senators, your politicians that, look, 24-hour lockdown is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And we need to do something about that. This is going on too long. This is what they want. Whatever this plan is what they want. But it's not good for us. It's not healthy for us. And I hear a lot of people are suffering from depression who have been in long-term lockdown. So my word to you is this. We need to stop sitting on our duff waiting for something to change. And we need to do something about it. I'm not saying being radical or anything like that. I'm saying speak up. Do the right thing. Work along the right avenues of how you can change things. And if enough of us say something, enough of us do something, and things will change. And so there'll be more of a balance with this V thing that's going around that they're trying to blame everything on. So, thank you for tuning in. If you want a reading with me, you know how to get in touch with me. It's Ascension Soul Coaching at gmail.com. And I have a calendar on my site. So if you want to just go ahead and set aside your own time to talk to me, feel free to do that. We could talk about careers, finances, talk about relationships. We could talk about if you're going through some grief, depression. I'm a certified life coach. I have a master's in human relations and business, and I've been doing this for a while. So I wish you all the luck. Happy New Year. Hopefully tomorrow is a interesting day, just not a crazy day. I don't see it being a crazy day, but it's going to be a new day. A new world, a new day. So just get ready. This is what's going to happen. So anyway, good luck. Thank you for checking in. Please like and share the video and hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload another video. So you all have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be talking to you all tomorrow because I have to do a follow-up with what happens tomorrow after the inauguration. So peace. See you later. Bye.